Hi, this is Mrs. Knopf, and today we're going to continue in our new method book on the clarinet with line 13, two notes lower. So we're going to learn two more notes right now. So let me just point out what I really like about this method book. This is absolutely genius. At the top of every other page is a fingering chart using just the notes that you're going to use on those pages. So we start out with an E, which is the first line. And this right here, this shows you the thumb hole and it's colored in. So that means you cover it. And then this part is the front of the clarinet. So we have 1, 2, 3. And then we have that line, which divides the top joint from the bottom joint. And then 1, 2, 3. Well, if it's not colored in, you don't press it. So we have just the first hole on the front of the clarinet covered and the thumb hole. So that's how you would play an E on the clarinet. E is a concert D. Clarinet is a transposing instrument, so if your band director says, let's play a concert, whatever, then you, as a transposing instrument, need to figure out what the next letter of the musical alphabet is and play that note instead. So in this case, concert D is your E, okay? And that's it. Now, the next note, which is new to us, is your D. The D hangs from the first line, and we're just adding the next hole to be covered. So it's thumb, 1, 2. Cover all of those at the same time. And your D is a concert C. And finally, your C is one ledger line below the staff. Now, this ledger line is an extension of the staff, and it keeps the note from just hanging out in space. It gives it an anchor. So this C below the staff, you just add one more finger. So it is thumb, 1, 2, 3. And make sure all of those are covering at the same time. And you still don't use anything on the bottom yet. So now that we have that in place, and C for you is a concert B flat. And that is a very common note in beginning band. So we're going to start with two notes lower. And we have our E, which we've been playing. We're very familiar with it. And it's a whole note. So we've got our treble clef. We've got our 4/4 time. So we've got 4 beats in every measure. Whole note gets 4 beats, and that's what we start with. Whole note E on the first line. There it is. And then the next measure is a whole note D, and it's labeled for you, so you remember the name of it. So we add one more finger, and we hold that note for 4 counts. This is the only time it's going to be labeled for you again. Next measure, we have our C. It's labeled. We hold it 4 beats. We add that next finger and hold it for its full value, and then we get to rest. While we're resting, we're going to look ahead to the next line, and we have half notes now. So let's do a little bit of math. We have whole note getting 4 counts. Half of a whole is half. Half of 4 is 2. So the C is going to get 2 beats. And then we lift a finger and tongue, and the D gets 2 beats as well. And then we end up on a whole note E. And then we have quarter notes. They're colored in. If a half note gets 2 beats, half of a half is a quarter, half of 2 is 1. So now our quarter notes, we have 2 E's, add a finger for 2 D's, and then our whole note C gets 4 full counts. So we are going to play through line 13. Also, don't forget, you're going to tongue each note by saying t at the beginning of each and letting your air sustain the sound. 1, 2, ready. Look ahead, half notes. And that is line 13, introducing our two new notes, which are two notes lower. I hope you find this helpful, and we'll see you next time.